Hello again. Last time we talked about how to move our whole body when we play the marimba so that we stay nice and loose and relaxed, a bit like a rag doll when we play. Nothing's using, no part of our body's using too much tension. Now I want to talk about where and how we hit each key when we play. So if you look at this marimba, the part that's closest to you we're going to call the bottom end of the key, and the part that's furthest away we're going to call the top end of the key. For every time you hit a note, you want to hit right in the center of the key. And it's kind of neat on the practice instruments, no matter what kind of practice instrument you have. If you look at the back, you'll see that there's a little area right in the center here that's a bit concave. It's kind of scooped out. That you want to imagine that you're hitting each note right above that spot. So if I was hitting the low C, the lowest C, right, that's our low sound, that's toward the longer keys. I want to hit, again, right in the center of the note, not towards me and not far away, but right in the center. And as we go up the keyboard, we want to stay right in the center of each note. Okay, again, not at the bottom of the key and not at the top of the key, but right in the center. So that's really important. That's where you're going to get your best sound. And you're going to have the most powerful sound when you need a powerful sound. You're going to be able to make the softest sound when you want to make a softer sound. And you're going to have the most control over your sound, which is what we always want as musicians. The other thing that's really important when you hit a key, so we know we're hitting in the center of the key, is we don't want to do what's called sticking the keys. And that is not going to produce a very nice sound. So sometimes when students start playing, we see a lot of this. And you listen to the sound, it's a very sticky sound, it's a very closed sound, it's not a very open and resonant sound. So what we want to do when we hit each key is we want to make sure that our mallet is bouncing off the key, loosely bouncing. That's better. Again, keeping everything very loose, even the fingers very loose. I'm using just enough tension just to keep them in my hands, to keep the mallets in my hands. And we always try to figure out why. When we see students developing certain habits that maybe aren't all that helpful for sound production, we try to figure out why they're doing that. And one of the reasons we've come up with, and it really makes sense to us, is that maybe when students are learning songs with a lot of notes, or they're having to move around to the left or the right, maybe they want to feel like they have more control by sticking to the keys. Maybe that stickiness helps them. So if they're playing a pattern like this, maybe that feels better for them. I can even feel when I'm sticking the keys that my fingers are tense, my wrist is tense, that's going up into my elbow and my shoulder. So again, back to that looseness. But what students, I think, recognize very quickly is that when they're actually just letting their mallets bounce freely, first of all, the sound's going to be nicer to listen to, and actually they'll feel more loose and open and free, which means they're going to feel better overall when they play, which means they're going to feel more relaxed, which means the notes are going to flow out of them with a lot more ease. They're going to learn their repertoire, their music, much more quickly. So instead, we want to play like this. Again, each mallet is bouncing. So that's how we create a beautiful sound on the marimba.